Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, thank you so much for tuning into the video. I have a tutorial for you and it is on the look that I'm wearing right now, and it is featuring the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Brushes Collab Palette, and this is the Jaclyn Hill Favorites Palette, so you get 28 of her favorite Morphe shadows. So it's a beautiful palette, but please tell me why this happened. Yeah, that's a shadow in my hand. I'm gonna have to super glue that baby back in there, so I'm gonna have to just hold it like that so it doesn't fall on my floor and stain my carpet. But this palette is super beautiful. You have some beautiful warmer browns and orangey tones up here in the corner. Then you have lighter neutrals over here. You have these beautiful burnt red going into purple shades down here, which are absolutely beautiful. I really, really love those. And the only color that I was a little bit bummed out it didn't have was a off-white like cream color. There's just this champagne up here, but I found it was a little bit too shimmery for my liking for my brow bone highlight. So what I did instead was I went in with Max Mylar, which is one of Jaclyn's favorite brow bone colors as well, and that is by MAC Cosmetics. So I thought, no big deal, it's one of her favorites anyway. I'll just use that. So if you are interested in seeing the look that I created, I'm wearing no winged liner, so it's just lots of lashes, kind of a goldy bronze, coppery upper half of my eye, and then on my lower lash line I did a pop of purple. I did already pre-do my foundation and my brows to save time, but the whole eyeshadow look and also my contouring, highlighting, blush and all of that, and this lip color is all included in the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like the tutorial, give it a thumbs up for me. That would mean a lot, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye! Mwah. So I already have my foundation on, and I'm using Smashbox Studio Skin, and my eyebrows are Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. The Huge, I'm just going to add a little bit of lip balm. This one is Mallet and Goetz. I think that's how you say it. I don't know, I got it in my Ipsy bag and I have been loving it. It's so hydrating. To prime my lids for shadow, I'm using the regular MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This really helps create a nice base for my shadow. So we are going to do the little Scotch tape method today. I'm going to clip off a little bit and stick it to the back of my hand to remove the first layer of stickiness. That way it doesn't tug at your eye area. Your eye area is super delicate, so you want to be very careful with that. And I am going to just stick it so there is a nice little angle to my eyeshadow, and you want to go underneath your lower lashes so it doesn't pull them out. And this is going to ensure a really sharp line, and you can blend all you want, and when you peel it off it's going to look perfect. Picking up a flat shader brush, mine is from Morphe, but you can use whatever one you'd like. We are just going to press down a little bit of MAC Cosmetics Mylar all over the lid and up to the brow. This is going to help our shadows blend a little easier. Sometimes with the eye base it's a little bit tacky and it almost bunches the shadows up, so this is just going to help that from happening. This is something you see me doing in all of my tutorials. I'm just going with my transition color, and I'm using Max Omega. There was nothing light enough to use in Jaclyn's palette, so that's okay. This one is one of my favorites. Transition colors I think are totally necessary. They just make everything look so much more blended and flawless. So we are going to wash that back and forth on a Morphe S27 Vegan Blending Brush. Here I'm taking my Sigma E25 blending brush, and this is a goat hair brush, so it's going to blend out powders really, really nicely. And I'm picking up the warmer, lighter brown shade, and I'm dusting that right below the transition color, back and forth from inner to outer corner, and this is going to make everything look a little bit more blended together and more of a gradient effect. So now I'm going to take my MAC 242 flat shader brush and I'm just going to pack this bronze color all over the lid and up to my crease. I'm not sure why it's picking up so much gold on camera. It's actually more of a bronze silver color, and I was super impressed with the pigmentation of the metallic shadows. I just thought they were so much more rich in pigment than some of the mattes, so I really liked those. To soften that line in between my crease and my lid color, I'm just going to take my same Sigma E25 blending brush and dust it back and forth using this medium brown color. The medium brown is a pretty basic shade, so use whatever you have. Now I'm going in with this warm brown kind of mahogany color, and I'm going to keep that really low in my crease, back and forth, and I'm taking it pretty far in, definitely past the halfway point, and this is going to add a little bit of depth to the look. So, since the look has no winged liner, you can do whatever you want, but I wanted my look to look a little bit more blown out, so I'm just taking my Sigma E40 and buffing out any harsh lines that might be there. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this warmer reddy kind of color, and I'm going to dust that a little bit more in the crease for some added color. It actually didn't do much, but I wanted to add it. Go ahead and carefully peel up that tape, and as you can see, I have a very clean line. So, ta-da! And I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm using the NYX HD Photogenic Concealer. I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes and on the high points of my face, and then blend it out with my damp beauty blender. I cannot believe I'm not using my Prolongwear, but this one is actually really great too, and available at the drugstore. To help my concealer from creasing, I'm just going to set it with my MAC Pro Shaping Powder in the shade Emphasize. I find this helps me a lot because concealer does crease on me very easily, especially if I don't set it. Now I'm going to line my lash line with the darker purple from the palette, and you want to get that really tightly in there, and we're going to blend it out with our Morphe S20 Vegan Blending Brush and the lighter purple shade from the palette. If you don't like the pop of purple, you can definitely go in with the brown colors from the upper half of the eye, and that will look just as good. To tightline and line my lower lash line, I'm using the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner Pencil in the color Very Black. You can be messy with this because we are going to smoke it out a little bit with a pencil brush after and smudge it out a little further. I'm taking the same pencil brush I used for the lash line and just blending in that black liner with the purple to make it a little bit more sultry. Add your favorite mascara to prep your lashes for some falsies. I'm using the Cocoa Lashes in Soho, and I'm just going to wrap them around my finger first to get a nice little bend to them so they aren't popping up on the corners and they're a little bit easier to apply. Then apply your adhesive very thinly along the lash band and wait 30 to 60 seconds. That way your glue will get tacky and it won't slip and slide all over the place. While you're waiting, you can highlight your inner corner of your eye using the champagne color from the palette. I like to press down the center of my lash first and then work on my outer corners and then my inner corner. And then I'm just going to pinch it with some tweezers so they are nice and close to my natural lash line. Boom, we got a lash, and now we got two. After I'm done with my falsies, I like to press a little bit of mascara at the root of my real lashes. That way they blend a little bit nicer with my falsies, especially since these ones are extra long. I'm giving my lower lashes a coat of mascara, and now to contour, I'm using my MAC blush in the shade Harmony, and I'm just going to sweep that along the hollows of my cheeks in upward motions. Just like my eyes, I feel it's really important to blend out your cheeks as well, so I'm just going in with my Real Techniques blush brush and just diffusing that line a little bit. For bronzer, I'm actually using a limited edition bronzer from MAC. This is the shade Sundipped from the Nauticals summer collection. It was definitely a few summers ago. I'm sorry I'm using a limited edition product. I ran out of my MAC Golden and I needed a bronzer that wasn't too dark. To apply that, I'm using my Morphe MB2, and this brush is so soft. This is my first time using it and I was really loving it. I'm going in with a NYX blush, and NYX blushes are super nice and they are super affordable as well. This one is in the shade Mauve, even though it is not mauve at all. It's just a nice dusty pink, and I'm going to pop that onto the apples of my cheeks and blend it back into my contour. And then buff it out one more time with the Real Techniques blush brush. Yay, time for highlight because I love to glow. I'm using the MAC pigment in the shade Vanilla. This is one of my favorite highlight shades, and if you are a little bit more medium skin tone, try MAC Naked Pigment. That's a beautiful highlight as well. And if you are a deeper complexion, the shade Melon is gorgeous. So I have no idea why I like to apply my highlight with my fingertips. I just like to tap it along my cheekbones, a little bit down my nose and on my chin, whatever's left after my cheekbones. I just feel like the warmth of my fingertips, it just applies so much better than any brush. I'm setting my makeup now with a setting spray, so it is locked and loaded all night long, and adding a little bit of lip primer. This is MAC Prep and Prime Lip, and it's going to create a barrier between your lip and the lipstick, so everything's going to go on a lot smoother and fill in just any natural lip lines that the lips may have. For liner, I'm using the shade Rock and Rose, such a cute name, and this is by Jordana Cosmetics, another very affordable product. I'm going to fill in my whole lips with it since I'm just using a gloss, and that way it has a nice color base underneath in case it wears away while eating or drinking. The gloss is by Bite Beauty, and it is in the shade Cocoa. It is one of my all-time favorites. Here is the final look. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Give it a thumbs up if you did. If you want to see more looks from the palette, leave a comment down below and I would totally love to do that. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys soon. Bye! For me, one for the doggy. One of her favorites. Riley, really?
What's up?